Live in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, welcome everyone. Inkwell Pictures, Marvin Coleman. Glad to see you this evening here. Welcome to the Inkwell Networks as well. We are back a little late tonight. We apologize for that, but we just trying to get it together. We're gonna make it right for you guys with Think, Feel, Act. It's concept for how we deliver the best way to develop characters in order to make your acting true, authentic, and something that is watchable. So again, tonight we're starting off Think, Feel, Act. Those of you who have not been with us before, because I know that our audience has been growing in viewership, just to give you a background of what Think, Feel, Act is. Think, Feel, Act is basically the recognition that thinking, feelings, and doing are all separate realms of human processing. As an actor, if you can pull all those elements together and be able to work within those elements, knowing what you're doing, intuitive of how to respond to those different elements, you will be successful.
Hey, look, Think, Feel, Act is about y'all not cheating people out of their money because you're going in there trying to act and be you. Or you want to be the cool role, and do you have any Nino Brown roles? No, we don't. Look, this is your opportunity to take what's in here and to share it with somebody. To jump into a role, to think about what you're supposed to be doing, to feel what you're supposed to be doing, and then perform that, and the person on the other side of the lens, the camera, sitting in the audience, feels something and says, wow, that person really did his job. He took me somewhere. That's what Think, Feel, Act is all about.
I don't know why he has to yell when he talks. He's like this all the time. At home he yells when he talks. I just don't understand it. But everything he said is absolutely true. And the main thing is that we want to help you develop as actors. As an actor, you're on this journey. This is a lifelong journey of discovery in regard to your acting. And we want to make sure that we're helping you out with that. So that's what it's about. Think, Feel, Act. We talked about the feelings wheel a little bit, just to give you a concept. I hope you look that up because it's on the internet. If you look up feelings wheel, you're going to get a spectrum, a circle with a bunch of feelings on it. And that feelings wheel is just really a tool that we use to help individual actors be able to expressively articulate an emotion. So if that emotion is angry, how do you do that to where the thinking behind the character is angry, and then the feelings is related to the feelings of anger, and then that plays out in actual actions being.
There's your feelings wheel for you right there. I got your feelings wheel right there. How about that?
Is it up? Is it on this side or this side?
It's covering you.
It's got you covered.
Oh, it's covering me?
There was your feelings wheel. How about that? How about that? I got another one. Here it is. Ah! Feelings wheel. Ah! Feelings wheel. How about that? How about that?
All right. So listen. Before we get too far in the weeds with it, again, you can watch some of the other episodes that we have up on Inkwell Pictures on our website as well too, and on our YouTube page. You can check out kind of what we're talking about. As social distancing starts to go down, we start to gather again, we'll be having an acting class as well too, that some of you, especially local here to the Tampa Bay area, you'll be able to come in and join us on some of these activities and get involved in some of our projects. At the end of this, we'll talk a little bit about some of the projects that we have up and coming. But right now, let's go ahead and get into our different episodes of, and our different sketches that we're going to be doing for Think, Feel, Act tonight. Also out there, I'm not sure who's watching just yet, but I do want to give a shout out to some of my people out there. Give a shout out to my brother in Chattanooga. A lot of times he's watching, and his daughter, Vanika, is watching. I just want to give a shout out. Hey, what up? How you doing? Ashley, hey, how you doing? Lil Ann, how you doing? Just want to give you guys a shout out as well too. Thanks for watching. Also, so let's go ahead and get into it. First thing we're going to get into is we want to we're trying to set the scene where people can, as an actor, act in improv to roll into an emotion, right? To really look at the scene, place yourself in that scene, and be able to identify the appropriate emotion. So the first scene that we're going to go with, and we're going to really, because of Memorial Day this week, we want to do something that's a bit more patriotic, something that really hits home based on Memorial Day and the remembrance of the ultimate sacrifice that our soldiers have given. If you're a veteran and you served, if you had a loved one who served, or even if you lost a loved one who was served in the military, we salute you this evening. My brother and I both served as well too. There are a number of individuals in our cast that have served as well. So we want to salute you definitely in this Veterans Day week. Say God bless you as well too. So let's start with the very, very first scene. And this scene is really just more of placing that actor into the scene, having them identify with the emotion based on the circumstance that they're finding at Inkwell at. So we'll bring the first one up. Hope you enjoy. We'll talk about it on the back end. What you want him up here, Hamlet? Yeah, put it up. I'll put it in. Okay, rotate slightly to your right. Rotate slightly. Rotate to your, rotate one more. Keep going. Right there. That go right there. Bring it here. That's your. Yeah, just make sure that you project. That's good right there. Grave's gonna be, it's almost like it's directly in front of you guys. When you're standing. All right, ready? And action. Big bro. I'm so sorry. For all this, I really want to be here. With all this COVID-19 stuff going on, they didn't let me. There only be so many people. I didn't. You know the brother I had, man. You pretty much raised me. This is all I'm doing. And I just didn't know. I didn't know how to react. I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to see you in this predicament. Feel like you're going like you're going consumed with it. I just want to come down here today to say, I just really want to come down here to say today, kind of just pay my back respects and let you know that I'm gonna take care of these babies. Don't worry about that. You got nothing to worry about. I'll make sure I raise them on my own. You know, I don't know all the things you taught me, but we had so much left to do, so much that we were going to do. We were supposed to take trips, go to different places we've been. So sorry we didn't see that, man. But I just hope you. Rest in peace, bro. I love you. All right, give him a hand. As you can see, usually I know we set the scenes up and kind of give you a heads up on the scene. But in these segments, especially with the improv, we want to kind of let them go a little bit. That way you can evaluate them and that you're really kind of paying attention to the dialogue and what's taking place. Come on back up, Zoe. Let's talk about this a little bit here. Now, this scene was a total improv scene, even though he had like props, uniform in hand. But we kind of let him go as he started developing his acting skills. So tell me a little bit about, what was the backstory? What were you setting up for this character when you came in? It was heavy too, man. Let me tell you, I was like, ooh.
It's a matter of, with all this stuff that's going on, I had the experience where funerals and stuff, you couldn't get to go to it. I know military is a little different, but I know a couple of people that know things that's going on with funerals where people couldn't actually go see their loved ones.
Right.
So I was just kind of going based off of that a little bit.
Okay.
You miss your big brother gone. You didn't really get to go see him. Now you on the scene and you really don't know what to say.
And I saw that you were, as you were doing it, you got physical with it. I love the way that you were kind of rocking, almost like timing and pacing yourself in between what you were saying. Was that was there an emotion you were trying to dial into that? Was there anxiousness or?
From experiences of anyone funeral, a loved one that's passed,
Mhm.
never at ease.
Right.
You're never just at ease. You're always kind of like nervous, kind of moving around.
And the reason why I brought that up is from the guy perspective. You know, it's hard for us to really express our feelings a lot of times. The expectation, you know, you're a little boy, hey, don't cry. And a lot of times it plays out in some physical things. So I thought that made your role very authentic, because almost like you're wrestling with that emotion, fighting back that emotion there in the way that you're moving, which, like I said, is very authentic. Now, that authenticity may change depending on your culture. You know what I mean? If you're black, that might be the things you do. If you're white, you might be a little bit more expressive. If you're Asian, maybe no expressive, non-expressive at all, you know. So all of those things, when you're developing a character, you're trying to be true to the character, are things you have to consider. The cultural aspect of this, you definitely want to consider with your characters. Because a lot of times people miss that piece of it, that there's a culture that they're locking into with that particular character. So if you're playing a role, you've got to identify the culture for people to accept it and make it believable. That's also where negative stereotypes come in as well too. A lot of times in the industry, you know, hey, all black dudes, you'll never see them playing bankers and different things like that. You see them playing the street hood or the baseball player, the different things like that. It's because of the fact that those stereotypes were reinforced and were pushed. It gives a certain perspective out there as well too. So we strive here at Inkwell Pictures to change that a little bit and put people in some different positions, some different perspectives to really open up that we are a broad. We do a broad range of roles. We're broad people as well too. We operate in every single area of the spectrum, and we want you to be able to see that in a level of authenticity as well too. So thanks a lot, Zoe, for doing that, man. Appreciate that. All right. Let's keep the party going.
Let me say something real quick. So
Mel's gonna come up and say something real quick.
nobody likes him. So listen. So inside of playing, a lot of times people strive that they want to build something where they say, hey, when I get on stage, I want to be emotional and I want to cry and those different type of things. And they miss out on a whole range of different emotions, because everything you do on stage should be some type of emotion. So everything you do on stage or on film, on camera, should be emotional. And it should be kind of a transference. If it's empty inside, if you're not feeling the performance, if you haven't prepared yourself or thought well enough to prepare yourself to perform it, and it comes out empty, then that's on you. That's your bad. So you got to kind of be a study of your own emotions and your own transference and portrayal, so that you can achieve the job, so you can get the job done, so that other individuals may feel it. Now you might use a series of life experiences to try and build and craft that, but the easiest thing to do is to be able to think about the physical things that go on with you when you're upset, or when you're depressed, or when you're crying, or when you're hurt, and try and grab onto those physical things. There are times when people say, hey, Melvin, Marvin, what's the easiest way for me to be able to try and learn how to cry on stage or on film? I tell them, you feel physical things when you cry. Try and grab those things. If you get chills up your back, try and grab onto that feeling. If you get a tightness in your chest, try and grab onto that feeling, because those are the things that will catapult you physically into the performance. So lock into those things. Don't just be about the lines and hitting your mark. Be about the feeling and emotion, and you really got to cut your way through feeling that. Feel anger when you need to feel angry. Feel upset when you need to feel upset. Those are the best ways to get the job done when you're trying to portray something, especially if it's emotional.
Hey, don't go anywhere. Look, man, I'm telling you, that was really, really smart. I love this guy. Not only is he sexy, but he's smart. Sexy and smart. Thank you, sir. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next one here. We're going to kind of keep it in the same vein here. We're going to keep it in this particular scene. We're going to add a little different element to it. What I want you as the audience, I want you to look at the way that the character is reacting here in scene. I want you to listen also to the content, because they have created the content for this particular scene. So I want you to listen to the content as well too. And I want you to ask yourself some questions. Is it believable? Can I see the emotional range? How many different emotions can I pick up on in the range of this particular scene? And then we'll talk about it on the back end. So here it comes next time.
day. Yeah, this thing at work, and hey, baby, come here. I wasn't quite ready. Man, something. I know it was for the students, and your friend Caleb came by and he brought me this shirt, and you know, I was having a tough time. Today is just it's a different day. I mean, I can't believe you gave him this. Take him this letter. This letter that you want me to move on, but how could you do it? It's been a year. It's just so easy. Doesn't make it better. All the time to make it better. It's just what you do. This man was when you made like, just go on. Like, what is going on? It's really about this. What is going on? He also told me that you guys would sit and talk, and you told him about how we met. Why would you tell him that? I hated telling that story. Your hand reminds me that you gave me that. You gave me that bad check when you walked into that school. I don't think it'll ever get better. I hope you don't have any more of that.
Excellent. Come back. Were those real tears? Real tears?
He did it for real.
Can I get some tissue?
He did it for real.
All right, that was a powerful scene. You had some range to it, the whole thing. So I'm gonna leave it up to you. Tell me where you were going, and was there a backstory that you had worked with this? How did you create this character?
So, I was just thinking.
And tell me about the character who was here. Tell me about.
She loved her husband.
Mm-hmm.
He went so that he could make their future better.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was kind of a family decision, but a necessity for them to kind of move their situation better. So I agreed for him to go.
Okay.
But I did not want for him to die.
Then for this to happen. Now, I saw you pull these tears out here. Where did they come from? Was it? Were you able to build enough of a backstory and relate to the emotions on it? How did you get to that particular range? Just so our audience.
I was just thinking about loss.
Okay.
Just loss in general.
Okay.
To lose your husband, to lose someone that's close to you.
Okay.
You know, I don't think that after a year, at least for, people, when you say, hey, happy they just don't, like, it
Oh.
always, you know, it's still that pain. It's like it just happened.
Right.
And so I think, you know, if I was grieving and I'm this wife, even though I went to visit him every day, and then I just got this letter.
Right.
So this letter is telling me to go on. It's like the letter was premature.
Right.
So that's
You weren't ready
I
quite
wasn't
yet.
ready for the letter.
That's a beautiful thing, and I want to say something, just kind of locking in on that. You know, really difficult to lock in and be able to dial it, that emotion and be able to express it. But one thing that she said that I think will help you is that piece to where she mentioned like Mother's Day. Mother's Day just passed. My brother and I, we lost our mother this year. Mother's Day was a tough time for us when it just passed as well too. And when as soon as she mentioned that, boom, I felt it. You know what I mean? And you may have those personal different experiences as well too, that your emotional range is tied to, that can help you in these particular scenes as well. So she said something pretty critical in that regard, to be able to really dial in emotion and relate to it, because if you can relate to it as the actor, it's likely that the viewer will be able to relate to it as well too. That's a really good key into how to dial into emotion, is really how are you as the actor relating to that character and what's being displayed there. It's not that you become the character, but there's a relation there that she mentioned that allowed her range to be able to go there. And that's a wonderful thing, and it's something that you can possibly use as well. Give her a hand. Very nice. Nice job on that. Nice job. All right. We're gonna keep the party moving here. I think the next one that we're gonna do, we're gonna lighten it up a little bit. We don't want it to be too heavy all day. Y'all start changing the channel, turning the dial, going back to Facebook or whatever it is. So let's lighten it up a little bit. And this one we're gonna do, I believe we're gonna do the press conference piece. Is that where we're at right now? Yeah.
Whichever one.
You guys ready? All right. We're gonna do the press conference piece is what we're gonna do. I think we only had one in the press conference, right? One press conference piece that we're gonna do? Two? Who are the two? Oh, agent. That's right. All right. So we're gonna do let's do the actual athlete first and his wife. Okay? The athlete and the wife at the press conference piece. You guys ready for that? Y'all dial into that? All right. So let's get the table set up. And we'll do the athlete and his wife, and I'm gonna need 2 chairs as well. Now in this one, like I said, we're gonna lighten it up a little bit. Athlete and his wife, they're both at the press conference. Is that about right placement, Mel?
Oh, yeah. Not right, you can move to your left just a tad if you want.
Moving to my left just a tad.
Yep.
Okay.
Move back right, about 6 inches. Yep, good.
That's good.
Close.
Yeah. Is that good enough?
Yeah, you don't need the green chairs, but you can leave it.
Yeah, I just figured since earlier. All right, so press conference, we're gonna lighten it up a little bit for you. Athlete and his wife, she's coming up basically to help represent him, because she doesn't feel the agent is representing him well, nor does she feel like the team is giving him a fair shake and the league is treating him right. So here we go. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, looking at right, ready, and good, and action. All right. All right, thank you for joining us here for the press conference here today. I have a few, I'm from the Globe, I have a few questions regarding your play. You're just back from injury and we're rehab, and it seems like you're getting off to a slow start right now, that you're
You know what? See, and that's exactly what I was afraid of. Y'all always want to concentrate on the negative. What about all the positive? You know, he just getting back. Give him a chance to get himself together. I mean, y'all don't ever want to concentrate on all the good stuff he brings, all the money he makes for y'all. All you just want to talk about is his image.
Okay. So Jamie, like I was asking to you, when it comes down to your rehab, your back, you seem to be in a little bit of a slump right now. What do you think is different? What has changed right now?
Wait a minute. What you mean a slump? Everybody's entitled to a bad day sometimes. Just because he had one bad game means he's in a slump. But when these white boys come through here, these Puerto Rican boys come through here, don't nobody say nothing about when they got a bad day.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Early Bright from the Charlotte Observer. Listen, so we noticed he switched from sunflower seeds to gum, and right at that point, his batting average dropped by like 15 points.
Really?
You think that maybe the sunflower seeds is probably the best bet for him out there on the field?
That's what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So you gonna worry about what he's chewing, what he's putting in his mouth, rather than what he's producing on the field? Really? Is that really what we're gonna talk about right now?
So, yes, this is Lucius Johnson with the Forward Press. I'm wondering why you used to hit right-handed. Now you've switched to left-hand, and it seems your average has been affected on that. What went into your decision to switch from right to left?
You know what? I cannot with y'all today. Do y'all know what kind of damage has been done to my husband? Y'all don't see how he got to sit in the sweat box and then go sit in all the ice just to get himself together to play the game the next day. Y'all know he's doing what he has to do to keep y'all satisfied. Y'all don't know the sacrifice that he made. Y'all know the sacrifices that we make so that he can make y'all some money. Because y'all ain't worried about his money. Y'all looking for any excuse to cut his money.
Cedric for the Tampa Tribune. Do you think age plays a factor in this at all? Or you just maybe the game's passed by physically?
What you trying to say, brother?
Well, I mean, his fastball has dropped a few points on.
Again, here they go with that again. It's all right, baby. It's all right.
This is kind of highly unusual for a spouse to be as engaged as you are at a press conference, and we really just want to hear from him as far as and with
look,
coming.
let's get one thing extremely clear. We are one. We come as a package. Without him, there is no me. Without me, there is no him. So when you talking to him, yeah, you talking to me.
I see.
Yeah, this is Will McBride calling from the Observer. Listen, so we noticed that you fired your agent a couple of months ago, and now you've made some changes on your business team. Is your wife one of the changes on your business team? Is she now at the helm of your business team?
You know what? I cannot. We are done answering questions. Thank you for your time. Get up. Put your glasses on. Get up.
But we have a few more questions. We're not finished.
You are done. He is done. Get up. Don't go that way. That way. No further questions. We'll see y'all on the field.
Wow, come back. Yo, that was like the realest. I mean, I'm sure they're going to post this up on the team board. This is like the realest Joker I have seen. Absolutely insane. And I'm going to tell you, that was really, really good. So, check it. Jamie, I'm sorry that you didn't get a chance to really, because your agent was really pushing it forward. But tell me, because I saw you like jumping in at a point and she would cut you off, how did you keep your position? That's what I want to know.
Oh man, happy wife, happy life.
I see. Brother playing it real, you know what I'm saying? Happy wife, happy life. Now, Latraia, before we pull this together, you were like, look, I'm not really much on baseball or sports, but you had it going. You had the whole ice down recovery going. So I just need to know where you got that from. What was that from? She's like, I was watching TV and there was so many people on ice one day, I figured that by now.
It's kind of good. You see people in the locker room, you see the ice tub, things do hickeys
and you figured that was it. It was real. I mean, am I right? It looked so real the way that you popped it in and you were talking down. What was your position? Was very protected, right? You were like, I got to cover him. They're throwing these questions. You're batting them back. Was there anything that you tied into or position that made you come off that strong and protected?
That made me come off that strong and protected. I would say, to be the athlete's wife, I guess that takes kind of a special talent. Mm-hmm. If you truly care about the athlete, because I'm sure that they have things coming at them all the time, and to have somebody that is truly concerned for them at all times and not trying to get something from him. I just kind of attacked it from that angle.
Okay.
You know.
It kind of reminded me of the wife from Jerry Maguire. She's called, you know what I mean? That role that she was kind of playing in that movie.
Yeah.
Some of you haven't seen Jerry Maguire. It actually is a great movie. Cuba Gooding Jr. won the Oscar for that particular part. And I love the dynamics that he put together in that project, which leads me to my point at this point. You know, sometimes having a carbon footprint or a character that you're modeling after as you're growing and building a character can really be helpful in this scene. I don't know if you ever saw that or if that's what you were channeling.
I have seen that. I have seen
But that is one of those things that you can use to help you get into a character a little bit more, is someone else who's done a similar character or have attributes that you would associate to a character that you think, man, this could really work. Would be a way to do that as well too. So there are a lot of different ways that you can do it. One of the things I will say is the chemistry worked really well. Once Jaime saw that she was going to really step forward and not really let her speak, he played the role really well, and he stayed in character. He stayed in acting as well too. So he would throw up and take the glasses off like he wanted to say something, and always allowed her to jump in. Was a part of that acting that he was doing as well too. Even though he didn't drop a whole lot of words, he stayed in character and the acting was there. So remember that. When you are on scene, you are supposed to be in character. The last thing that you want is to get yourself caught up in staring and being a spectator on the scene versus being in character and playing a role in character. Sometimes it's hard to do, especially when you have great actors, because you just want to kind of watch. But remember, while you are in scene and you're playing a character, you want to make sure that you lock in on that. They did a great job. Give them a hand. Right. We're going to move to our next one, and we're going to keep the party going. I know you guys miss sports. Y'all miss football and baseball, basketball, all the stuff that should be happening right now. So we're kind of chopping it up, putting it together in honor of you guys missing that. The next one that we got is a sports agent. Seems like his client has gotten jammed up, gotten into a little bit of something. So his client had to do this press conference, but instead of the client showing up, his agent showed up to represent and to talk for him and answer questions from the press. So here we go. Here's the next one. Agent. Go ahead.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I know you guys were expecting for Michael Vincent to be here today, but unfortunately he can't be here. I am his agent, I represent him. I have a written statement that I want to read to you guys, then I will take a few questions. So ladies and gentlemen of the press and fans, I am innocent of these charges. You guys know me and know how involved I've been in the community. I love this area, I love playing here, and I just wish you guys just wait, let the law enforcement do their job, and you'll see that I'm innocent. Now, with that said, I'll take a few questions.
Yes, so first question we'd like to ask is, how can you explain the dogfighting incident on a property that is owned by your client?
Well, first of all, my client does own that property, but he hasn't lived there for 2 years. I mean, he bought the property to help out family members. So he hasn't been there 2 years. He has nothing to do with dogfighting, he has no knowledge of dogfighting.
So you're saying that he has no responsibility whatsoever in the abuses and the inhumane conditions that were held on this home that he actually has owned for the past 6 years?
Well, no. What I'm saying is, he owned the property, yes. It's no different than if you rent a house. You can't control what people do there while they're living there. So he had no knowledge of it. He's busy playing ball and working out and doing things like that. He hasn't time to be hanging around and see what's going on.
Okay, so let me ask you a question then. What do you think should be, because obviously your client has been arrested for this, so someone obviously thinks that he is guilty.
He's out on bail right now. He is not in jail.
But they found enough evidence to actually arrest him.
They only brought him in for questioning. He was not formally booked. They only brought him in for questioning.
Okay.
Mr. Agent, is it true, Mr. Sydric, is it true that Mr. Vincent actually owns 10 pit bulls of his very own that reside in the house with him?
That is not true. To my knowledge, that is not true.
Does your client own any dogs at all?
No, he does not. Like I told you, he has nothing to do with this at all. You know, I think just because he has a big name is the only reason why they arrested him. There's not one other person that lived at that property was arrested. Just my client. Just my client was the only one brought in.
How many dogs were found on that property?
I have no idea. I have no idea. They won't tell us any of that.
Said, this is Bert Popular from the Englander. Main question that I have right now is the fact that the property in question, when you look up the tax records, he's paying for the taxes on this property, and there are photos where he has been at this property in the last year. So I'm wondering what you have to say about that. You're trying to distance your client from this incident when, of course, he's paying the taxes on the property every year, and he's been seen there over the course of the year.
So we have already established that he owns the property, sir. He bought the property for family members to live there. He does not live there. He's only helping out family. And like I said, if it wasn't for my client's name and the fact that he is this big-time athlete, he wouldn't even be brought up for question. He would have probably just given a fine and still on his way. But because of who he is, they just targeted him.
So if your client is not to blame, then who should take the blame for the death of these animals and the inhumane treatment of these
whoever
animals?
is living there at the property. To my knowledge, these are family members of his that he was just trying to help out. They were hard times, and he just was trying to help out.
I said, Bert Popular again. Seems like the league is talking about suspending your client for the rest of the season. I'm wondering if you have a comment about that potential suspension.
Well, we have not heard anything about suspension. He's only brought in for questioning. Where are you getting suspension from?
Well, that's something that's coming directly from the league office.
What organization are you representing?
The Englander.
Never heard of it. Why are you even here?
This isn't an indictment of me. Obviously, I have a press credential to get in here to talk.
I actually would like to see that.
I just don't know why. We're here to ask you questions about your client and some of these questions.
I have answered all the questions that I'm going to answer from this point on. I would not expect my client to answer any of these questions. Like we said, let law enforcement do their job, and he will be exonerated. Thank you.
But wait, Mr. Black people get so uppity when they get money. All right, come on back, Sid. Come on back. Look, I'm really appreciative of this particular scene as well, too, and you handled it so well. It was lawyerly, wasn't it? Kind of like most agents are lawyers. It was very lawyerly. What were you reaching for with this? How did you create this scene?
Well, one of the questions kind of called me out on it.
I said, hallway, please.
Like I'm trying to distance my client from the situation, which is really what I was trying to do.
Okay.
And throw a little bit of doubt in people's mind about, hey, maybe he didn't have anything to do with this. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe they are just targeting him because no one else brought in for questioning.
Right.
So I try to do those things. And just
now, is there any real life scenario that you were tagging this to in order to help draw from?
In my life?
Yeah.
No,
or in anybody's life, anything.
Well, it's happened before in sports, so mm-hmm. I was thinking about that. Never saw any kind of press conference from an agent, mm-hmm. but just kind of thinking, what would this agent say to some of those questions?
What would he have said in that circumstance that would help to kind of defend his client and protect his reputation?
Definitely.
You did a really, really good job with that. Really good job catching even the questions that were coming at that particular point. Because he didn't really know what questions we were going to throw at him. The main thing, though, is he kept a position, and his position was defense. And as long as he didn't lose that position, try and explain too much away, he was able to keep that. He could catch any question that was thrown in his direction. And that is something, especially in improv, that you should look at. When I talk about improv and setting up improvs, I say always know what your entrance is and always know what your exit is. If you know what those things are, you've at least got those two bookends to be able to work within. But if you don't know, it could go left, it could go right, it could get really crazy. Because you knew where you were going, defense, you knew how you were gonna end it off. It made this flow really, really well, contributed well, no matter what questions hit, it was able to actually vine out pretty well. So you did a great job with it.
I did go a little bit of Trump.
You did a little Trump? I saw that. I ain't want to say, but I saw that little Trump you went there.
Unprofessional in the press conference.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, good job. You did a great job on that, man. Appreciate that. Good job. All right. Yo, what up? All right, good. All right, so we got a couple of those out in the open here. We got one more sports piece that we want to throw in the mix here. And I'm just going to let the man ride out. Just let him do it. Man, do that.
All right. Going to the next one?
Yeah, he's going to do a sports thing.
Okay.
You ready?
Which one? What do we do?
We're going to keep it up, same thing. We're going to ask some questions. It's like Dr. Neal.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You doing a monologue?
No, they're gonna ask him
We're going to ask
questions.
questions. All right. Did we come up with a name yet?
Jaime.
All right. All right, Jaime, thank you for joining us here for the press conference here. As you know, the league is across the board is pretty shocked by your benching and by the fact that you may likely be suspended for violating the well, I guess it's not a rule, but for kneeling. And we would just like to get a couple of sound bites from you in regard to this situation.
As far as what, why did I kneel? Or?
Well, yeah. We really. Why would you take this position to disrespect our flag of the United States, the one that supports supports you? This league pays you a pretty good salary. Why would you use sports, something that pays you so well and employs African Americans throughout the league? 70% of the NFL is African American. A good portion of Major League Baseball is African American. Why would you take this particular position?
Well, the reason why I'm taking this position is because what just happened in Minneapolis, where the police officer put his knee on this civilian's neck, and we wonder why Kaepernick kneeled. Now, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of it. 2019, 2,000 people died by the hands of police brutality. And 24% of the 2,000 was African American men. Why am I kneeling? Someone needs to speak up. And what I don't understand, she's talking about the 70%. African Americans only make up roughly 14% of the people in this country, but we're 24% of the people who died last year. That's why I'm kneeling.
Well, right, but why would you, I mean, especially you mentioned the Minneapolis incident, and of course our hearts go out to the family, but
Right.
but why would you make the decision, because I believe he was fleeing the police and was a criminal, why would you put your career on the line for a criminal?
For a criminal? Well, I represent this country. I spent time in the Marine Corps. I served my country. And someone needs to speak up. I mean, I have money. I mean, just let's say I've been in the league for 15 years. I've done what I needed to do. I'm a future Hall of Famer. Who's going to advocate for our people? So the reason why I did is somebody needs to speak up. We need to bring awareness to this situation because nothing is changing. You know, you mentioned in the beginning the people that preceded me. We have in the 60s, you know, you had Muhammad Ali, you had Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You know, and it just seems like it's a generation gap. You know, we have other sports figures in the 80s and the 90s. And one, and I don't want to say his name, he's very iconic, but he said that Republicans watch the games too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just feel like everybody needs to play their part in this because this is out of hand. This is ridiculous. At the end of the day, this is just a game. You know, this American League Championship Series, this is real life. You know, we're gonna play this game and we're gonna go home and be with our families, but the same thing keep going on in our communities. Somebody needs to speak up. Somebody needs to do, even you need to speak up.
Well, I'm not an athlete. I mean, I'm not making millions of dollars. I'm not
You're a
on
citizen.
television.
You're a citizen.
But my point is, you're of course you're well liked. You're adored by fans.
Right.
You have many children who look up to you.
Okay.
Why do you feel that this is the proper venue to display this level of disgust for our country when you're a role model?
Well, I don't hate, again, like I mentioned, I serve this country and I don't hate this country. I love this country. And one of the beautiful things about this country is the right to free speech. And if it had not been for the people that preceded me in this sport, like Jackie Robinson and Hank Aaron and Roberto Clemente, you know, I wouldn't be making the money that I make. And you being an African American, if it wasn't for Irv Cross and different ones of African American descent, you wouldn't be able to stand back there and ask me the questions that you're asking.
Well,
me.
this is hardly about me, and I'm honored to
Excuse
be.
me, Earl Baumgartner with the Washington Globe. Don't you feel like
Washington as in Seattle or Washington as the nation's capital?
as the nation's capital of Washington?
Okay, yeah, well, you don't have nothing to say to me because we don't even have representation in Capitol Hill as African American people.
Well, don't you think that your kneeling is disrespecting our flag? Don't you think that's disrespecting to our flag and the people who have fought? You said you fought for our country. Don't you think kneeling is disrespecting the flag?
I don't think so. But based on the type of spirit that's coming out of the words that you're saying, you probably thought it was disrespectful for people not to go to Vietnam.
You damn right I did.
Oh, wow.
You damn right I did.
Wow.
But then let's not get ahead of ourselves here a little bit. I mean, because we're talking about this particular incident. We're talking about you as a role model. You've taken this stance.
I'm
here.
not a role model. Your dad should be your role model. I'm not a role model. I'm like Charles Barkley. I am not a role model. Your teacher is a role model. Your baseball coach is a role model. I get paid to play professional sports and I compete, and I get it. People look up to me and I'm iconic and whatnot, but there are pastors out here. There are people in the community, in the school, firefighters, the people that put their lives on the line every day. Those are people that the youth really should be looking up to.
But could you see what we mean, though? Let's say those pastors,
You
those
are a role
teachers.
model, and you questioning me about something that is trivial. I mean, we got people out here dying in the streets, and you're questioning me about a game? A game? Really, brother?
Well,
Really?
I understand what you're saying. I really do. And again, we're just trying to get to the bottom of where what your thinking is and what your.
My
last question is.
They are protesting our people and other ethnicities. They're protesting right now in Minnesota because someone died by the hands of the police once again for nothing. He was saying that he can't breathe, and they had his knee on his neck. That's why Kaepernick kneeled, to bring awareness to this situation. Just like I told you before, 2,000 people died in 2019. 2,000. And of the 2,000 that died, 24% of the people who died by police brutality was African American men. And what I don't understand is, how come we only make up 14% of the population in this country and 24% died? Someone needs to bring awareness to this, and this is why I kneel tonight, because I've made all the money that you can always have more money, but I'm wealthy. I mean, let's just be real about it. I'm wealthy. I got mine. So I need to speak up. Somebody needs to do something. Trump, you need to do something about this, sir. You need to speak out. And furthermore, we still haven't had reparations. We still haven't got an apology for slavery. Yeah, I'm just coming all the way out.
Well, I really appreciate the time that you've taken in the press conference today. I really do appreciate that. I understand what it is that you're trying to accomplish. I hope that the vision of how you see this is actually something that people can understand, because I think that's where we are right now, is that we all just need a level of understanding for some of the cooler heads to prevail, and for us to take the time to really understand each other.
That's right. I don't want you to think that I'm some kind of weirdo. I mean, I have some friends who are black, and I've even had black people live at my house.
You had black people at your house, washing dishes, what, doing laundry, making beds? Where do you live at?
How do you feel about the cops being paid, basically paid leave for this?
Wow, I heard about that, right? 4 of them, they got paid leave. Were they fired or did they have? You're talking about the situation in
Minnesota.
I mean, again, I don't know, what led up to the incident, but just from what I saw, if a civilian, and the only reason I'm speaking about this, I fought for this country and the freedoms that we have. If a man, no matter what crime he's committed, if he's telling you, if he's detained and he's saying he can't breathe, you need to take your knee off of him. White, black, whatever ethnicity. So what do I feel about paid leave? I think the system is flawed. It needs to be reformed.
I felt like this was a real press conference, man. They will broadcast this all over the world. They'll be like, what team is Jaime voting for right now?
Trump, I don't have a problem with you.
I don't got no problem with you, brother. Don't mess with his taxes. Can't have no problem. Listen, so tell me, of course, a lot of hot button items floating hit the table in this particular process here. You had a lot to pull from, especially some of the stuff that's going around the country. How was that? Were you able to separate what's going on in the reality of the atmosphere with what you were creating here? Were you able to do it? Was it difficult? How was your perspective?
I believe sports has always been a platform to talk about social issues.
Mm-hmm.
You can't separate the two. I mean, they go hand in hand because anytime we as a people, and I say just Americans,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to divide black from white, or any type of ethnicity, but as Americans, anytime a person is of importance and they're in front of the camera, it's a great time to talk about social issues.
It's like they have a level of responsibility.
I believe so. I believe so. However, if one chooses not to do it, they have a right not to be, I don't want to say be responsible, but they have a right to just do their job. But I just feel like if, back in the 60s, if a person never, Dr. King could have easily said, well, I'm just a pastor and I'm going to pastor this church and get this flock ready for heaven. But because he spoke out, he brought about change in a positive way. And I think in the 21st century, our athletes need to do the same.
Let's give him a hand. This is like almost like our public service announcement for this evening is what it is. Whatever you take from this, I want to say that a lot of times the acting, scenes, movies, all follow the trajectory of real society. That's how you lock into it. These are real issues, and you never know. One day there may be a film that comes out that proves all of the conversation that we had out and put it really into perspective for the viewers. So
Free Mandela.
thanks, David. Give a hand. Good stuff. We got a few more for you guys here this evening here. And what was we got the fast food, the food one, right? Isn't that the one we got?
We do. We have fast food and we have proposal in the park.
Fast food proposal in the park. Okay, fast food. Do we need this table?
Turn around.
I don't know. Let's see.
Probably
No, we don't need it.
The chairs. Do you need chairs?
No.
You can move them if you want. Yeah, so.
All right, back. All right, so listen, like like I said, we've been moving in between a little heavy, a little light, had a little heavy with our social action here tonight. Now we're gonna move into a little bit light. Everybody's been in a situation where we've been out at a restaurant or something like that, and service was poor, or the food wasn't good, they messed up your order, and we're gonna bring that to bear right here. Now I'm gonna tell you, I'm the kind of person who, I would complain about food, especially at the drive-through window, because I don't know what they're gonna do to my food by the time I get to the window. So I generally won't complain. I smile, hey, thank you. No, it's quite all right. I know I've been sitting in the drive-through for the past 45 minutes, but it's fine. That's who I am. But if that's not you, that's fine too. Let's see who our actors have created for today. Fast food mess up. Okay. You're the manager.
Well, we kind of
Well, let my heart then make
Not in good stuff.
Hang on 1 second. Yes. Right there. Yeah, good spot. You're good. Ready, action.
Hi, how may I help you? You can get my order. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm peachy keen as always. My name is Karen. I called in an order maybe 30 minutes ago. Y'all got it?
Let me check. Yes. Salad?
Salad.
Yeah.
Salad. Do I look like I need a salad?
Ma'am, I don't really know what you mean, but
You don't know what I need.
This is what I see in the computer.
You don't know what I had.
Ma'am, this is what I see. Your name is Karen, right?
Good.
Salad?
That's what it says. Your name is
I
Karen.
did not order
Order
a
number
salad. I feel so insulted. I didn't order a salad. What's your name?
My name is Angel.
Angel?
I'm the manager here at.
You can't be you seem new because I didn't order a salad. You gotta go back there and check and see if there's something else back there because I didn't order that. I feel like you're talking about my weight. I mean, I've worked so hard to get here. Now you're offering me a salad?
Ma'am, I don't want to talk about your weight. This is not what I'm here for. I'm here to help you and to serve you.
Help me.
Was it an online order that you placed?
I called in an order under Karen. Why are you a little slow? You're a little slow. It's your first day in that. You must have transferred from, this is like a good restaurant. I ordered surf and turf and you're offering me a whole salad. I don't want a salad.
Ma'am, I'm trying to stay calm here. Let me do my job.
We want the same thing at this point. You about to make me turn up in here real fast because I can go to Karen to Ashley real fast, ma'am. Do your job. Go get my surf and turf. Make sure it's right. Come on. Time is money. I ordered this 30 minutes ago. It should have been done already.
Okay, ma'am. Let me see if I can make an arrangement here. Would you like for?
I don't want an arrangement. I want my food.
Let me go in the back room.
Yeah, let you go do that. Go, Angel.
Well, jump in. No, jump in and coach.
Okay. All right, so we've all been in that position before where you've got the pushy person who's at the counter and you've got the manager who's just trying to be as nice as she possibly can. The question becomes, how do they resolve this? How does she kind of get out of this particular scenario? Now, she's playing it really well, really calm. She said, okay, I'm gonna have to go to the back here and kind of work her magic. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have you walk off, because if you're going to the back and work your magic, then you're gonna come back in with her order, and you have discovered that she actually ordered wrong. It's her mistake, and you're showing her that she ordered it wrong. And you gotta see if you can get her de-escalated based on it.
Hey, let's also give some direction about the camera and positioning and.
Now, as you said in the past, always, when it comes down to whether you're doing anything live on stage or you're doing anything with the camera, that you're gonna play basically to the position of the camera or play to the position of the audience. So the thing that you don't want to necessarily do is have your back to the audience, even though you have a member who or one of the cast who are standing opposite you, or even if it looks like they're standing over a counter, especially on stage, you can play it what we call open, to where when you have your conversations, man, I can't believe this. You mean to tell me that? And you're playing it open this way, so that way the audience gets it, but on camera, and especially on stage, it looks natural because they're seeing it flat. They're seeing it broad in that perspective.
So the position of the camera is important, and it's not that you have to play inside of the camera as much as you have to be aware of where it is. During certain shoots, that camera may move to different positions, but you should always know where it is, but not know where it is enough to where you're looking into it and identifying it. But you do need to know from a perspective of blocking that if that is your main camera one, you don't want to stand up scene of her character because you'll block her and other different things, and you want to stay open.
Nothing
Those are
worse
the things to pay attention to.
staring into the camera.
So, with this being the case, if this is a restaurant situation, so the backdrop we're using is a KFC. So if she came in trying to get her order and her order is messed up, of course the manager's trying to maintain some decorum so she doesn't lose her job. And at some point, it could possibly get hairy. It's your job to kind of frame out the story, stay in character, and deliver the performance. All right? Let's reset. Marvin, get ready to go.
That means don't throw chicken wings in those situations. It always ends up wrong when you throw chicken wings. So, standing position, I believe that you're okay in standing position here. Why don't you stand a little bit forward, right?
And you don't have to play counters or anything. You're standing in the dining room of the KFC.
So.
So you don't have to play counters or anything. You can actually come off stage if you have to go get something, or if you're leaving, you can actually come off screen.
Okay.
But you don't have to turn to any counters or anything like that. It's like you guys have rendezvous in the lobby with tables and stuff around you to have this conversation. You probably came out because she was just so loud and so ratchet that you're like, let me just go around the counter to see if I can calm her down.
Okay.
All right?
If I was to back up, how far can I back up?
You can probably take a good clean steps. Yep, right there. That's your limit. Yep. And Kayla, you probably got the same distance on the other side. If you need the room to back up to open up the scene.
I'm good, like right here.
Yep. Everybody ready? Marvin, cue the middle and stop.
Okay.
Play who?
So he said,
Whoever.
he's on my back.
Somebody
I just how much room.
All right, here we go. Ready, and action.
Man, I don't know what these people got going on down here. Talking about this a chicken joint. I heard surf and turf. This lady didn't hurry up. Oh, hey, you're back.
Yeah, so I went in the back and comes to find out that it was your mistake, so you ordered the wrong food, so.
Lady, I eat here all of the time, so I know it wasn't my mistake.
Ma'am, I'm sorry to say it was your mistake. Here's the receipt to show you. It's clearly your mistake. It's right here.
That don't say surf and turf, and I know that that's what I said.
Ma'am, we don't serve a surf and turf here. Maybe you maybe you got mixed up with a different restaurant. Now that sounds like Polo Tropical.
Pollo Tropical ain't got no darn surf and turf, honey.
Well, it sounds surfy to me, so.
Oh, you funny today. You funny? That's funny?
No, ma'am, it's not. I'm just trying to
Because you're
show
supposed to be a
you.
manager and you're not necessarily acting all managerial like.
Well, I'm sorry, but as I said, I'm showing you here. This was clearly your mistake, and I'm just trying to show you so I can maybe give you a 50% off discount or something.
I don't want no 50% off discount. Listen, if I ordered what I ordered over the phone and I know that that's what I ordered, then why would they correct me over the phone? Who answered the phone?
Ma'am, I have no idea.
You need to fire them. That's what I want.
Ma'am, I can't fire any of my employees for.
Well, somebody messing up somewhere because they not smart enough to tell me y'all don't serve surf and turf.
Okay, ma'am,
So,
I'm just gonna settle this. You can either take the discount or you can happily leave out of my restaurant.
happily leave.
Yes, that's.
How about
just
you bring
as
my
I can
food?
get
You know
it.
what? I'm done with y'all. I'm never eating here again.
All right, have a nice day.
All right, excellent. You know she's lying. She's always gonna eat at KFC.
Well, she's supposed to come back and say, and another thing. That's what she's supposed to do.
Was she? Oh, whoops.
No, it's two. I'm just going.
All right, come back. All the kids out in the van, so she has to check on the kids out in the van, right? Okay. So, listen, everybody, like I said, we've had that situation where we've had kind of made through that. So there's a whole lot that we can pull from with this. Now, Samone, what did you decide once you jumped in the scene? What was your entrance, and what did you decide before you started was going to be your exit, your leave out? How did you put that together?
One, I was already having a bad day, and I ordered my food 30 minutes ago, and I knew that I came here before, and I don't necessarily like the people that work here, because I'm one of them people. I just wanted the food. I didn't really want to deal with the people. And I got set in my place, so I mean, I didn't have no choice but to leave unless I was going to throw hands.
All right. Oh, woo. She's going to throw hands at the chicken place, y'all. That's how it works. Okay, so now you had throw hands. You were ready. All right, so now you walk up. She's being a little disgruntled at this point, and you had to keep it even. How did you do that? Because she was kind of, I was sitting off scene like, how did you keep it together?
But I work with the public all the time, trying to provide great customer service. That's just what I was trying to do.
Great customer service. She had a term. I try to provide great customer service here. Go ahead.
I can get aggressive. Somebody being really aggressive to me, I'm very sensitive. I would probably go off on them too, but I'm just trying.
She trying to keep her job through COVID-19, y'all.
Yeah, keep my how you say posture.
Your posture. Keep your position.
Yeah, keep it professional.
Your composure.
Try to keep it professional, even though she was just going off like, oh, we didn't get her order right and all of that. But I tried to go and, get it right for her, show her it was her mistake, and like I said, just provide great customer service.
Now, as it started, and you kind of showed her that this was a mistake, it was kind of on her. She wasn't trying to hear that. How did you keep your position even? What was the thing where you weren't like, I'm about to pop off on this lady, I'm about to slap her with this receipt?
Well, I kind of was thinking about going off on her too.
Oh, okay.
But it's very important to stay professional, dealing with an angry customer.
So you made the decision right off the bat that you were going to keep even.
I was just going to just keep it.
And it kind of leads to what I'm saying is that, the improv especially, it's all based around that entrance and exit and where you keep your head at in the game. Because you imagine if she had popped off and gone back, where this would have gone to, or even if she didn't know what her position was, where it was going to go to. So by her keeping that position and being consistent, it helped actually craft this and pull this together, which is a part of pulling off that improv game. Again, my thing is, not everyone can do improv, but if you really can get into it, you can really learn it, allow yourself to let yourself go inside the improv, it will help you not only as an improv actor, but it'll help you as a scripted actor as well too, because it'll give you the emotions, the ability to think about the character, to think on your feet, to think about the emotions as you're developing these characters as well too.
I always say too, it's not worth it going off on an angry customer, because when you lose your job, that person ain't gonna be there to pay your bills.
Come on now, somebody's gonna get help. And what we're hoping is that some company takes this video and puts it in their automatic mandatory training of how to deal with an angry customer. If you like this footage, feel free to contact us at Inkwell Pictures. We'll offer it to you for the low price of $9.99 for every single time that you have to show it. So if you have an employee orientation that you're going to do twice a year, it'll be $20 for the year. We'll also cut you a great rate if you want to do it more often. You're a large company and you want to have this video play every single month. We'll cut you a great rate for that. So contact us at Inkwell Pictures to be able, we are in the workplace video game. So go ahead. I just made all that up. However, if you are interested, we can grab some stuff for you. Just to let you know. Thank you, lady.
Thank you.
You wanted her man. All right. Look, we got one more. I know we're running a little long tonight, but we're going to wrap it out with one last scene. This last scene is the proposal in the park scene. It's about a couple that kind of get together, going to propose in the park. Do we have our couple together yet? I don't think I told you. Is it? Yes. We got a couple of proposals in the park, but here's the thing.
Who hasn't been used yet?
They've all been.
Okay. Who hasn't been used twice? Who's been used twice?
Shawn can propose.
The guys have been used twice, but all the other ladies.
Shawn hasn't been used.
Shawn can
Yeah, Shawn's coming in this one, but all the other ladies have been used once.
All used once? All right, Felicia then.
Let's make it good.
Okay.
You know Felicia's taller than Shawn, so that's not very wise, but it's all right. It's almost there. Yeah, that's close enough. All right, put them in.
All right, let's do it.
I'm being realistic, not joking. I'm just saying,
Proposal
like,
in the park. See, look, we ain't trying to upset people in this case. I'm joking. Come on. Here we go. So listen, this is proposal in the park. All right, this proposal in the park. Here's the deal with this one here, though. Proposal in the park. Shawn's got it all worked out. Proposed to his lady, the whole piece of it. But it doesn't go well. She is not quite on the marriage thing, ready for that. She's not ready for him to mess up their whole good thing they got going with some funky marriage. Here we go. This is it. Marriage proposal in the park.
Yeah. Oh, we gotta give you a ring, man. You got a ring? Is it? Let me see.
Shawn always.
Oh, you always got rings? Oh, we all.
He just always said this card.
Just in case. Just in case.
sorry, I didn't mean that. But let's see.
All right, here we go. Oh, that's a cool scene. They're on the bridge. Oh, that is so cute.
Oh, look at her son.
Why y'all taking shots? What's
Let's make this good.
He would have guided you.
What's happening today? Okay. Ready? Action.
I'm so happy you're here with me today.
How you doing?
What's going on?
Well, just enjoying the day, you know?
Yeah. You like the dinner tonight?
It was good. It was delicious.
Poker fish.
Oh, it was so good. That mango, oh man,
The mango, huh?
it was so delicious. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
So, I brought you out here for a reason today. Don't get all nervous. Maybe we good.
Oh, okay.
So, you know it's been 3 years, and we've had our ups and downs, all the trials and tribulations. It's been a lot.
It's been a lot. Yeah, it's been a lot. But you know, it's been good though. You know,
Has it?
it's been good. It's been really good. Yeah, it's
So-
been good.
Baby, I just want to say how much I appreciate you. You know, you've gone through everything, the world with me, and I'm surprised that you're still here with me.
Why? Why would you say that?
I mean, come on, baby. I lost our house from gambling. What wife would have stood with her husband after doing something crazy like that?
That's the word, husband.
Well, we got our apartment, we getting back good, so look at that. Is that what I think it is? You see that in the sky?
A plane, because I've been thinking about getting a plane.
You see that, right?
Just going on a trip.
Uh-huh. So, baby, I gotta be honest.
What are you doing? No, no.
You have been the best thing that has happened to me. And I wouldn't know what I would be in life without you. You're my rock. And I love you. And I just want to know, will you marry me?
I can't.
Like right now? Baby, I'm just trying to give you a ring. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, you know, so I was thinking, right, you know, I'm gonna give you the ring, right? I already got the tickets, we're gonna go out, we're gonna go to Vegas, baby. I got the hotel that you,
Did you just say that you was just gonna give me the? That's that sorry shit right there.
Baby, what you mean?
First, the house, man. The house. You want me to overlook the house?
Baby, we said it was all good.
I know. But when you started
You joking
talking, you
about it?
just made me just remember some things.
And you had the nerve. I don't even like that ring. You didn't even make sure it was a ring that I would like. I didn't compromise.
Baby, this is the best I could do. You know I made $6 an hour. I mean, look at this.
This what you just said?
Baby.
You made what? That's why you won't let me see that. I've been.
Baby, you funny. You know that.
So.
You acting like y'all never told you before. My
No,
7 years.
no, you didn't quite say 6, 'cause I don't.
What man?
Baby.
I mean, it's not about the money, but the house, the cars, your gambling, your habits. I can't say yes. I can't say yes. And then this ring. What is that? What? I'm supposed to just wait. It was dinner was great, and now you gonna mess up my dinner. That mango was so delicious. Now you messing me up by bringing this little piece. What is that? Is that your cousin's ring?
If you do the,
Wait a minute.
magnifying glass,
I
baby,
saw that.
The rock right there.
No.
Okay, so look, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take the ring back.
And then you got
Baby, I'm gonna take the ring back to the
You
wall.
gonna get
Baby,
me?
please, just listen to me. I'm gonna take the ring back to the wall.
Here?
I'm gonna get a bigger rock.
A bigger rock?
Yes,
For $6?
yes, baby.
That's
Instead of $100,
my
I'm gonna get the $200 ring.
That's
baby.
my
Look, what's
money.
what, babe? Look, listen. I'm not gonna lose you right now, okay? I love you. And you know this.
Okay.
All right.
Don't I provide for you? Don't I protect you? Don't I make love to you?
Now you're trying to play nasty. Okay, but wait. I think, so, see, sometimes people get things confused, like, you're like, what we do there, but what we do here. Why can't we just stay on this lane? Like, this is the 3, what about 5 years from now? Like, why do we have to make this, like, decision right now? And, I mean, was this really, I don't see no diamond in that. It ain't even, that don't even glisten out here good. No. Get your stuff together. I mean, I don't want to make such a permanent decision. I mean, I can't make a permanent decision like this.
She wants me. I gave her my career. That's why I started gambling in the first place.
You gave up your.
I gave her my family and I moved out here to Florida with you. I was happy.
But I didn't
I was
ask.
stable.
Wait a minute. So then why did you move out here?
The car that you drive, right?
So why did you move out here? If you
Why?
were happy, if you were stable, so now you blaming me for the decision? You always making decisions
No,
that just don't
I moved
add
out here. I
up.
moved out here for love, right? And that's what you made me believe. You see?
But love don't pay bills.
Where did I take you from? And I hate to bring things up because trust me, I'm not that type to do that. But where did I take you from?
So now you're gonna do it?
What else do I have, babe? Look.
Don't get back on your knee. Not with that ring. And then you wanna bring up love?
Listen.
Really? Love? What? Love?
We has the this ring, to be honest with you.
It's bigger, but I mean, I still.
Babe, let's just calm down. Maybe I move too fast.
You do. And you make decisions that just don't add up. Risk it all, right? Risk it all.
You know I take big leaps of faith.
Oh, Lord.
And I land feet. Can we go home and just be happy for tonight and talk about this another time and recap?
I don't know if it's much to recap, though.
You know, you should do that. What's up? You know that spot right there.
And you see, Felicia, you can tell, has done this before. There's been many a ring that is probably not measured up. You can tell definitely by the way that she handled it. Even the way her eyebrow went up when she saw it. It's just horrible, horrible stuff. This ain't jokes. This ain't acting. It's real stuff. I'm joking. All right. So, Shawn, we threw you into this one, man. We were like, you came in. We were like, hey, Shawn's here. All right, here it is. Tell me where you were coming from with the, I mean, because you were like solid, you were consistent with it. Where were you coming from with this? Any reality to this? Is there some young lady out there who made the mistake of not grabbing this brother or something?
In that little ring?
Okay, go ahead.
Any reality?
Nothing from you just yet, Miss Felicia. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
I've never been in this predicament before. As far as trying to propose, I've never even been engaged. So no reality to it. It was
See, so we're trying to put people together here. This young man has never been engaged. He's never been in this predicament. It doesn't mean, look at this, brother. You have an opportunity right now. We make love connections right here. I just want to let you know we have an opportunity. Reach out to Inkwell. We'll make the connection happen. We'll make it happen. Just I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead. Back at you.
I mean, so that was really
Look right into that camera,
aside
let
from
them
that, just let them know what.
Let them know.
Is this a dating show?
Brother, maybe so. Brother, what would it take?
I thought it was improv.
What would it take, brother? What would it take? If that young lady was
Do the thing that they be
proposing to
doing.
you out there,
The thing they
what would it take, brother? Tell me about the perfect lady for you. Go ahead. Go.
No, listen.
He said no.
If you must ask.
Come back. That's a different show. But make sure you check us out on Love Connection. We're going to be doing a couple of different shows. It's called Conversations Over Dinner. And that'll be, well, anyway, we'll come back to it later. So, you have been in that predicament before, but you played it really well. Was there something, you know, where'd you lock that in from?
I honestly just try to force myself into that position.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would think it comes with depth at
Mm-hmm.
first.
Mm-hmm.
Like, baby, come on, stop playing that.
Right.
And then you're serious. This is all real.
Right.
And then, okay, maybe I shouldn't have did this. Let's go ahead and retract and see if we can just get back to the moment we was holding hands. And
Right.
so it was just made up.
Okay. So but the critical thing you said was thinking. You put into there, okay, I'm thinking that this person in this particular setup would be a little apprehensive at that point, and it was that thinking that led him into being able to identify, lock into those feelings to roll into this line. So remember, think, feel, act. The thinking of what is this character thinking about is a big part of being able to make that transition. Now, Felicia, you came in, I could just tell automatically, you just came in, you wasn't having nothing. It was just total shut. What's that? The brother couldn't even convince you? What's happening?
Well, I knew the answer was no already.
Okay. Wow.
Well,
Now, ladies, do you know, see, that's how y'all do it. Y'all hang out with a brother, y'all go get something to eat, he picking up your kids from school, stuff like that, but you already know that the answer is no. You already know it's no. Don't have him picking up kids and stuff if you know the answer. No, I'm just joking. Go ahead.
Since this is thinking and feeling and acting, and we already knew where we were going, and the answer was going to be no. However, yes, I allowed him to try to plead his case.
Was it the ring? Was it the $6,000?
Yeah,
It was?
yeah, the ring. And then you painted the picture of, and I lost the house gambling. So I didn't quite have a reason for my no, but you started to give me the reasons for my no. And so it
Now,
just
that's a
started
cool
to
thing.
build into that. No.
Now, that is a cool thing because when they came in, they both already knew it was going to be a tight kind of no. So like she said, he started giving her reasons for no to where she was able to play off of those things, and that's where the chemistry and what's happening in the lines between the characters come into play. As the more reasons he gave her, it gave her the ability to really respond to it, catch it, and move in a particular direction, which is really smart acting. All right? That's, I think, what we got. Yes, one more?
Felicia, who's, come out here a second, Felicia. Samone, switch.
Okay, I'm gonna step off because we're gonna coordinate something a little different here. Melvin's gonna come up, step up and stage this piece of it. Remember, we're playing to the audience or the camera, so you're making sure, not necessarily that you're looking into the camera, but you're playing to always know where the camera's located.
So same scenario. This is gonna be our last one, but sometimes it's easy to play the funny or the confrontational, or to kind of bring these waves into it that don't really border along something that would be realistic. That normally if a young lady really says no, and he's not gonna probably fight as much and that kind of thing, but for the sake of the entertainment, we kept this situation going. So let's reset this for a second. Okay, you have a couple and they've been dating for, let's say, 2.5, 3 years. And although they met in college and they've been hanging out the whole 9 yards, her parents have been on her that this is not the dude, I don't like him, I can't stand him, I really want you with your ex-boyfriend, and it's never gonna happen. But you fought through all of that, but the pressure, you're starting to cave under that pressure. Now you guys had an agreement that you guys would graduate college, get jobs, get stable before you even discuss marriage. But now Shawn is feeling like, hey, I don't want to lose her, and you know what? I need to pop the question now, okay? So what happens in a scenario that you create where you guys are building something together, where you know that the outcome is not going to go the way he thinks it's going to go, that his confidence is in you and that you love him, etc. What happens in that true situation when the answer is no? When the answer is no, and it's not about gambling, and it's not about losing the house, the whole 9 yards, the answer is no because I can't, it's not even outgrowing. My family has been with me for my entire life. You've been with me for a couple of years. I just don't feel comfortable abandoning that and losing that support for you. And I love you and everything, but I'm just too afraid to make that step without them. What happens if that breakup comes into play? What does it look like? What does it look like at the beginning? What does it look like in the middle? What does it look like at the end? All right? Mico, you got a comment?
Make sure you make it like hard for you to say no. Like you can't make it sound easy to say no.
There's loss involved.
I want it to be hard for you to say no. Okay? And it's going to be hard for you to set no. All right, there we go. That's all.
Right. Now you have the insight of how her parents feel about you in a sense, but you've never had to face losing her until now. All right? And the same thing for you, Samone. You know how your parents felt, but you haven't had to face losing him until now. When he pops a question, you have to tell him now.
Okay.
All right? Let me set up real quick. We're going to knock this out. Here we go. Matter of fact, changing pace. Let's see. Not really, just like this. Everybody ready?
Yep.
All right, and I like the other one better. All right. Action.
Bro, I'm so nervous, man. I'm shaking. All right, so look, I'm gonna have her come, tell her I love her, you know, good times. I'm gonna get on the knee and all right, she's here. All right, yeah. Baby.
Am I interrupting?
No, you know this, Jaime.
I miss you so much.
It's been like 2 weeks, man. Look, I talked to my boss about the business trip. I'm sure I won't be going like that ever again. You have my full undivided attention. Okay?
That's good to
It's
hear.
me.
That's good to hear. So brought us here today.
But you know what today is. May 27th. You got it already?
Yeah, I did.
2017.
Our anniversary.
Yes. You know I messed up last year. This day was going to be big.
Yeah,
You got the flowers at work, right?
I
It
did.
never occurred to you those 4 times.
Sunflowers. They are the most beautiful flowers. So thank you.
And I see you have the shoes I bought you on, looking real good.
Thank you.
So look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna do this.
Do what?
You're gonna fish. Baby, you mean the world to me. And you've shown me how important you are. Okay? You're right about everything. It's not about me anymore. It's about us. I'm ready to make us one. Baby, I know you see me and I see you.
Can we talk about this?
Talk about it.
I'm scared. I'm scared from my childhood. My family has been my support system, my everything, and
You have nothing to worry about. But I told you I got the promotion with the job, the house. Remember that? We talked about all of that.
yes, but you're not listening. Like, I need you to listen to me, like, for real. Like, I've had my family, you know, ran track, cheerleading, graduation, through college, everything. And I love you more than anything. I do, and I don't want to lose you. But I don't want to lose my family too, and they don't really approve of this. Like, I can't, I don't know.
That's gonna be great. I know.
They just like, I know for a fact, my mom and my dad wouldn't come to the wedding, and I don't think that that's a part of my life that I can complete without my foundation, without my family.
So what are you saying?
I'm just, I don't want to say this. I don't want to do this. I can't lose my family. I feel like I'm choosing. I'm stuck in between a rock and a hard place. I love my family more than anything, but.
So you brought me down here for no reason.
It's not that. Like, I don't want to lose my family.
These are my feelings. That was my career.
We've made a lot of changes together. A whole lot of changes. And I've been here for you. I've supported you through everything.
Listen.
But I don't have that support to be with you. And it's breaking my heart like you're not. It's breaking my heart. I just need my family together. How can I build a family without my family?
I have kids at every need of yours for the last 13 years.
Maybe we should just take our time. Maybe like just, I'm not saying no, I'm just saying that not right now.
He was just too low. He's all right. And he went down. He was just.
You know what?
Just not right now. Like I'm not saying no to you.
You know what? You ain't gonna see no news. You taking everything. I want the house back, the cars. Yeah. Go back to your family. What
So after everything we've built together.
do you think they're gonna do with you, huh?
After everything we've built together, just that I can get out now because I don't want to rush into a marriage right now.
We didn't do anything. I don't know who you are.
I just said not right now. That doesn't mean no. That just means not today. We 3 years in and
You done?
I need my parents to be there. I need my family to be there. I need for us to really be one before we try to add on to this. It's not working.
I see you, but you don't see.
I see
You're the
you.
most beautiful thing I live in life. Shows you on that.
So we're just on my looks now.
You can go home.
To our home, right?
You don't have a home.
I have a family.
You just-
I didn't want to lose you.
Just get it. Oh. You lucky I'm a changed man, you know that? You lucky I'm a changed man.
This is what my father was talking about when it came to you. Your
What did he
temper.
talk about?
Your temper.
Huh?
Your temper.
What about my
You just flipped. You went from crying to pointing your finger in my face saying that I'm lucky you're a changed man.
And you went from loving me to not even knowing who I am.
I did-
And asking me what I'm doing on one knee.
Because I'm not ready for that right now. You think that doesn't hurt me? I didn't say I want us to break up. I didn't say I wanted to lose you.
How do
I
you
just
think
said
I
not
feel?
right now. I need time.
How do you think I feel?
I need time. We need time.
Time.
Now I'm terrified. Because you're being exactly who he said you were. I don't think we're ready for marriage now. You all of a sudden want to choke me.
I think you should.
I don't understand this. 1 minute you're down on one knee, and now I'm lucky that you're a changed man.
Look. Tonight, I'm gonna go home. My home. Go back up on my things, okay? You're right. I am a changed man. And because of that, I'm gonna let you keep the house. I'm gonna let you keep the cars. It's tonight though. You won't ever see me in person.
So just like that, it's over.
Just like that.
So if I don't get married, it's your way or the highway. If I don't marry you right now, we're done.
Or I don't want to second moving around and be, no, it's not working.
So if I propose to you 6 months from now, you say no.
No. You know why? Because you believe what your family is. And guess what I'm going to do? It's happy.
By yourself.
Better to be sad and shoot me.
So if you were so sad with me, then why were you even on with me? I swear you're bipolar sometimes.
How does it end?
So look, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to download Tinder right now. Okay?
You know
Since you
what?
always accuse me of being
You can have that. You can have that.
Yeah, right.
You can have that.
I so understand. You know, could somebody please give this brother a break?
I would
Women,
have
man.
never let her leave me. I would have had to leave.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys explain it. Let you guys throw where you guys were at. Yes.
Can I throw a compliment in?
Yes, you can.
If you guys notice how Shawn gives material for people each time he works, it's never the other way around. I think Shawn helps the other actor by giving them something to work with. I've seen him 3 times in a row he did this. So it's a very good actor. You gotta pay attention to that, because y'all gotta do it backwards too, because he needs help sometimes too. Y'all gotta give him a little something back, okay? All right.
And I will say that's a great point. That was Mico out there just giving us some extra pointers there. I want to just reinforce what he said there, because it is so critical. A lot of times when you're starting out in this field, you start acting with actors, everybody's new, and sometimes it hurts you because it doesn't give you an opportunity to grow. Working against good actors, working with good actors, being in good projects are all a part of that equation to help you grow. So it is about hooking up with an actor who knows what he's doing or knows what she's doing, to where you can grow, because good actors will actually help you as an actor improve. And the more that you mix that up a bit, and that's why you need to sharpen your skills up so you become a good actor. So not only are you shining, but you're helping that other actor that you're operating with shine too and up their game as well too. It should be that constant jockeying. So of course that came from Mico White, just consummate professional when it comes down to spitting this game. This acting game, we got some great stuff coming right now. I mean, with Mico. But anyway, it's not about me right now. It's about them. Go ahead. Where were y'all coming from with this role here? Shawn, you were really giving it to Samone. It was tough. It looked a little hard. It was. Tell me about that.
Man, because I tried to differentiate it from the last one, but the only thing I had to go off of that one was just past experiences this time. And just burglars, you know what I mean? And trying to recollect back to those moments where it was like, man, it was my fault towards the burglars, and it took a lot for me to understand that. So I had to try to get back to that moment.
Right. So you used some personal stuff where you were trying to lock in on that emotional moment in order to be able to say things that were consistent. And
this one, I felt like if you had put a lot of test, it would have came out positive. This one.
Okay.
Because this one, it wasn't all make believe.
Right.
And I think that's what showed up my range. Because usually once I get there, it's tough to be outside of it.
Right.
That's where this one came from.
Okay. All right. Miss Samone, did you feel that? This was. I actually was going to step in a few times, and I was like, hang on, let me step back, let me let it go, let me see where it's going here. Tell me a little bit about from your perspective as far as the way this is. And like Shawn, did you have some personal relation that you could tag to that helped you build the character?
Honestly, I mean, I could if I cared, but not about this, not about acting, but like past experiences. Like, when you know better, you do better. However, generally, when you get married, you want your family there. You want the people that you love there. And it's like, I want him to empathize with me as he's pissed that I'm not, feeling how he's feeling. And it's like, I'm not saying not right now. I mean, I'm not saying no, I'm just saying not right now. Can we get some more time? And it's just
But there's no difference in that pain is what I want you guys, when you're building the consistency of the characters, that not right now and no is
It's still the same thing.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly
And
the
then
same thing.
the other side of it that I want you guys to look at is being able to hold true that your loss should be the viewer or the audience's loss. In every performance, your wins should be their wins, your losses should be their losses. So you guys have to be able to tie that scene together strong enough with your emotion. And so Shawn, like, if you really want some critiques, there are some occasions where the door opens for you to go for a scene or a moment, and there are times when you're thinking about the next step. And acting for everyone should be free. It should be liberating. It should be like getting fired out of a gun. So there was a couple of occasions, like when she said, "So if I don't marry you, I'm gonna lose you," and you came back with, "You already lost me." Well, it was a perfect time to, before she got the word "lose you" out of her mouth, you could have fired back, "You already lost me." You know what I'm saying? Just to show the heighten of, man, this is loss, this is pain, that kind of thing. And so inside of a script, hanging on those words and emotions are important. And you can't be thinking when that's going on, because if you're thinking, you ain't feeling, you're not acting. You see what I'm saying? So if you have a script and a dialogue is outlined, you got to break down every single word, every moment, and every emotion. She gave you a lot of moments to be able to say, you know, to turn the table and to create bigger dialogues and bigger moments. And you can't be afraid of those. You have to go for those. And Samone, the thing in your performance is, you still got to demonstrate your loss. The clear thing that you got to be able to do is to determine that, hey, I have a family that I love and cherish, and a man that I love and cherish, and I've had to make the hardest decision of my life, even though it might be wrong. And you have to be able to transfer that so that he feels it, so you feel it, because what happens is if you split the cake up in half early, then people take sides when they watch. People go, "Oh man, that's wrong, man, she wrong," and they jump on Shawn's side, and the girls go, "Well, girl, you got it, let's get this," and they jump on her side, and then the scene kind of split, and it leaves the audience kind of split, where they should be walking with you inside that scene. So remember, you've got to seize the moment in every word, everything that you're doing. You can't be afraid to jump on top of it. And in improv situations, you just gotta hope the person who's working with you is brave enough to go with you when you go different places and scenes like this.
And that's it. I mean, look, you pretty much dialogued it perfectly. Nothing more that needs to be said from me. It's a matter of, again, taking things like this, taking scenes like this, going back, reevaluating it. I hope as I go back and watch these episodes, watch these scenes, you do the same thing, our actors do the same thing, because it is about challenging yourself and sharpening yourself, sharpening your skills as you continue to move on. It's not even necessarily about the fact that you do anything wrong. It's how can you build? What are some of the different perspectives? If you could look at something that you did and say, that was good, how can I do that differently in order to develop a broader repertoire of acting? You're winning. And that's really what it's about. Give them a hand.
Hang on. Let me try and demonstrate something quickly too. Let me try and demonstrate something quickly. In this particular moment, in this moment of loss, where he's got her hand, take each other's hand, and he's saying that he wants to marry her, and she says no. All right? The conflict between, she's making a choice, a clear choice between her family and between you right now. The initial phase of relationship, because you guys have been together, might be you adjourning her because you know and understand the pressure she's under to say, hey, wait a minute, stop, don't do this kind of thing. But the delivery in that has so many different realms, and that's really the core of what Think, Feel, Act is. That you can say, hey, come on, don't do this. What are you doing at this point? You can be angry, or you can be empathetic and say, hey, wait a minute, calm down, look, don't do this, you know, because you're gonna ruin us. I'm afraid what you're gonna do to us, you know what I'm saying? There's layers that you have to be selective and that kind of thing with it. So in this situation, if I say, you know, you both love and cherish each other deeply, Shawn, you understand that this is a difficult situation for her, the hardest situation in her life, and you know what pressure she's under. If she says no, your response is in that particular mode is gonna be what? Say no? Ready? Go.
No.
Maybe not. Wait. Say that comes too fast. I understand. Family's important, yes. Maybe not us.
I just can't. I can't right now. I can't.
I don't know what but we can do this.
I can't. My dad would kill me. My mom, they have to be there, and I know that they won't be there.
So I mean, look, I'll talk to your parents. How about that?
They don't
okay?
like.
I'll hit them. I'll call them. I'll tell them whatever I can tell them. Okay? I'll do whatever they want me to do. I'll get them on my side. Okay?
How? When?
You know they don't like my career. Maybe I can figure something out with that.
But will you be happy? You're gonna hate me for it.
It's not about
You're
me,
gonna
it's
hate
about
me.
us.
You're gonna hate me. I know you're gonna hate me.
I'm not gonna hate you. How can I hate you? That doesn't even add up, baby. Look,
Because you're gonna
look,
be somewhere you don't want to be.
look.
Just to be married to me, you're gonna take it out on me.
No, I'm not gonna take it out on you. Just like I'm not taking it out on you now.
I can't. My parents are not gonna be there.
Baby, forget your parents.
I can't.
This is us.
I came from my parents. They
It's not
raised
about them
me.
anymore. What are they gonna do for us?
Everything that you
What are they gonna do for
appreciate
kids?
about me is them. And I just can't do this without them. I just can't. I just can't do this
Now,
without them.
good. Now, in this particular situation, she's drawn a line. You have kind of a line and there's a decision to make. Inside of it, there comes choice inside the scene. If she makes her choice and say, hey, I just don't want to move forward, she's not saying she doesn't love you, she's not saying she don't want to progress, she's saying that I just can't move forward the way this situation is now, the line gets drawn. You have to make a decision as a character of how you proceed. You were on the path when you said, hey, this is about us, because it truly is. How do you convince a woman who has put her confidence in her family, when at some point that's got to transition to where she has to have her confidence in me? How do you do it? Do you do it? Do you accept it? How do you walk away from a person that you love? That's a great question. That's what we'll end with. How do you walk away? How do you walk away from a person that you truly love? Take hands. She's made a decision. How do you walk away from a person you truly love? Ready? Ask.
I can't do this right now. I love you, but I can't. We need more time. They won't agree to this. They won't show up. And if my parents don't show, they're gonna tell my whole family not to come.
Okay, I get it. But I understand your decision. I respect it, okay? It's hard, but I respect it. This is what we do. Alright? Here's what this is. I'm gonna give you space.
Space?
Until you're ready, though.
Space.
Not.
You're breaking up with me.
No.
You're breaking up with me.
No. Look, I'm not going anywhere.
Then why do we need space? We just need time together
Listen,
to
this is
figure
what I'm
this
saying.
out.
Listen, I've been smothering you. I get it. All right? Every day I've been on you about this, that, and the third, about stepping away from your job, stepping away from your family. I get it. I've been smothering you.
How do I know you're not gonna leave? We've never had space before.
Where am I gonna go?
We've never had, I don't understand that. We've never had space before. How do I know you're not gonna leave?
I'm still going to be at the house, okay? I'm still going to be laying next to your bed, but I'm just going to give you mentally what you need.
Okay, freeze. One last question. This is where I'm going with this. How do you choose yourself over the person you love? How do you decide that I can't accept this? I'm not going to accept this. You know, you've got to choose between me and your parents. It's the most important decision of your life. You can either choose me or I'm going to choose something different.
That's what they call ultimate.
That's how it goes. Life is ultimate. Action.
So what do you say?
What do you mean, what do I say? I just said not right
Come
now.
on now, baby, it's been 3 months. And we're going back and forth about the same thing. Look, I'm being honest with you. It's either them or it's me.
How do I choose between you and my family?
Figure it out.
You
Figure
are
it out.
impossible.
Baby, look,
I have
what
to
else do you
choose
want from
between-
me?
I want you to
You
be
are collapsing
here.
my world too. No, your parents are collapsing our world. You either figure it out this week or I'm gone.
Just
I'm
like
not playing
that.
with you anymore.
Just like
and
that.
I'm damn sure not playing with them.
I can't do this with you. I really can't. You're making me choose between my parents and you.
What else are we supposed to do?
You're making me choose.
Open your eyes. Look at the bigger picture.
How does that even sound right in your mind? You're making, I would never ask you to walk away from your
How does it sound
parents.
right in your parents' mind? They're making
And you give me an
And I'm doing the same thing that your parents are choosing, and I'm the bad guy?
You give me an ultimatum.
So
you
I'm the
know
bad
what?
guy, right?
Yeah, right
You're doing the same thing that
now
they're
you're
doing.
telling me to walk away. I didn't walk away from you. That's the difference. But you're making me choose between you and walking away from my family. How about I do a better one for you? How about I just leave? How about I just leave and you all can figure that out
So
together?
now you're gonna leave.
You just told me you would leave me if I didn't choose you over my family. How about we just take me out of the
I'm trying to
equation
show you
and y'all
what
figure
your
it
parents are
out?
doing to us. And you see that? Do you finally see it?
You just did that to me. I never walked away from you up until now. And I could never dream of living my life without you. I tell you not right now, and you tell me I have to choose my family or you. To me, that's the problem. Maybe you need the space. So I'll walk away. How about that?
When's that gonna stop?
It's gonna give us some time to figure this whole thing out. But I can't do this with you right now.
See, I don't know why she always breaking up with people. I really don't.
It's nothing I can do here.
In the context, let me tell you what this is great. But what I'm looking for is when I say, how do you walk away from a person that you really, really love? I want everybody to understand that, of course, great scripts are written, great stories are portrayed, but acting is the entire ball of wax. It's what you do with your eyes, your hands, your feet, it's your posture, it's how you move, it's the gait in which you move, it's the direction that if she's upset with you, and she's saying, no, honey, I can't X, Y, Z, and you give her an ultimatum, you have to choose me or your parents, and she says, I just can't right now. Maybe the brush by shows the type of emotion that, hey, I don't want to hurt her, but I'm angry, I'm upset, and he goes and keeps pushing through. You know what I'm saying? Where it turns her. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe he says, you don't get it, you don't understand what I'm saying. What about my parents? What about me? The most important thing in your entire life, me. What about me? You see what I'm saying?
Listen.
Ready? Action.
Baby, so what are you saying?
I'm saying I can't do this with you
You
right
can't do what?
now. I can't get married right now.
Baby, we've been talking about this for how long? Huh?
3 months.
All of the sacrifices that we made? What are we supposed to do?
You don't just up and decide to get married that fast to anyone without their family. Like, did you even ask my
Forget your
mom?
family. Look, it's me and you. It's not about them. Okay? Understand it's not about them. I love you. Do you understand that? Huh? Baby, we are not going.
I can't believe you're doing this.
So this is what it is, huh? I'm the bad guy?
I'm not leaving you. I'm not leaving you. I just said not right now.
Understand this. You brought this on yourself, you hear me?
What? I can't.
See, well done. Get back in. So listen. Some of the things that I talk about with my class tonight, great class tonight, come to side. Listen, some of the things I'm talking about when I say that people are cheating people out of great scripts and great performances is that people don't get committed enough to make the type of decisions inside the scene to portray the scene. They don't think about the scene enough. They're not feeling it in their gut. And the thing is, great actors, you will find, you don't have to push. Great actors go. Great actors just do. And you can't be afraid to just kind of cut loose because you're trying to feel your way through it. You know what I'm saying? Great casting directors will put great people together and they expect you guys to kind of form and nail it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There are some things that are inside you personally that you really have to throw out. You know, there's some things that display you that you have to throw out when it comes time to acting because most directors and casting directors and writers don't know you. They've casted a character, you got to come true to the character, okay? And people get tired of seeing these pedestrian-like scenes where it's either all yelling or all crying. You know, they want to be able to see the middle, the meat, the space in between the road. They need to be able to see that, and it's your job to be able to transition that.
It comes with practice, it comes with study. Study great actors. You want to be a great actor or actress? Study great actors, read great work, look at great projects, because that is how you learn all the pieces to bring it all together. All right, but great job. Give him a hand, give him a hand. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it because we went long tonight, but it's because I felt like I wanted to really kind of push some things with these particular actors and with our entire crew. So we're working really, really hard to really try and build great actors and actresses, great performers. Here at Inkwell Pictures, we've got a lot of great work, got a lot of things on the horizon. Of course, we've got a premiere for our Fade to Black project, our new web series, along with a feature Christmas Wedding and Big Girls Need Love 2 and a bunch of different things. So stay plugged into Inkwell Pictures. Also, if this is something you want to be involved in, shoot us an email, melvin@inkwellpictures.com or marvin@inkwellpictures.com. We're going to be doing some casting and some other different things to put some things together. We want you to plug in us. Big shouts out to my man Mico White. Came out tonight doing some different things, so we want to shout him out. And big shout out to
Thank you.
and my man Mico for coming in and doing our thing. Also to Marvin. So we want to see you next week. Please put your comments on. Post will be up on our YouTube channel, Inkwell Pictures. So watch it again, send it to your friends. We just want to be a part of making the real stuff acting between the lines is where the acting happens. God bless you. Good night.
God bless you. Good night.
Well, it's okay.